Hey, welcome back to the channel, baby. And look, PlayStation just announced the 2025 PlayStation State of Play, and bro, am I excited? I think so. And I'm going to tell you why. I got a couple of predictions that I think are really going to pan out in my favor. Look, in this video, I'm going to make some bold claims. I think that there's some games that are going to get announced that we're just not expecting. But I'm also going to shut down some stuff I think is absolutely not going to happen. And then I'm going to share some of my hopes and dreams. So the PS State of Play is going to be on February 12th, 2025. And I'm actually going to be doing a live stream and live reacting to that on this channel. All right, enough of all that. Let's get into the predictions. But let's first start with what I definitely think is not going to happen. I've been seeing some talk online about GTA 6 getting a trailer. This is something I absolutely don't think is going to happen. GTA 6, dude, is such a behemoth of a game. They don't need to go to PSN. They don't need to go to what used to be E3. They don't need to go to the Game Awards. This is not something they do. What Rockstar does, and they have done it in the past, right? But what they do now is they know they can just drop on their channel and it's going to get the same, maybe more, maybe a little less, but it's going to get a pretty substantial amount of people looking for it. But it's going to be the most viral thing on Twitter, on Instagram, on whatever social media platform. It's just going to take the world by storm. And I think they're just going to drop that when they want to on their channel. This is one thing I hope I'm wrong on, but like I just don't foresee it happening. This is another one I think is really weird, but a lot of people think that Halo is going to get a reveal on PlayStation. And I don't know if I'm the only one, but I felt that when Xbox Game Studios was like, we're going to release our stuff multi-platform, it's not going to be an Xbox exclusive. I didn't see that as like, we're going to start like releasing stuff at their state of play. Like I don't think it's buddy like that. I think it's a financial decision. I think that we're going to get a lot of money on PC. We're going to get a lot of money from Game Pass, and also we're going to get a lot of money from PlayStation. I definitely don't think that they're going to release one of their premier games of all time. I mean, it's like their Mario. You know, it's like that is what Halo is for Xbox. They're not going to release that on the PlayStation State of Play. If they do, amazing. But no. Okay, so now for my actual predictions. And first, I gotta say, we're definitely getting a Ghost of Yote gameplay trailer or something like that. Now, gameplay trailer would be amazing, and we might even get a release date or something. But like, this is PlayStation's premier IP right now, 100%. Because God of War has come out, the second one, right? We have what, The Last of Us. That's already like, we know that's not in the works right now because we know they're working on a different game over at Naughty Dog. That's the next one up, dude. Ghost of Yote is the next one up, bro. We're going to get something from that regardless, and I think they're going to save that towards the end. I think that's going to be their big reveal. I'll be excited to see what that's going to look like. And I hope, I've been hurt in the past, but I hope it's a gameplay situation and not just another trailer. I don't want to see another trailer. I want to see some gameplay, bro. And I think you guys can agree with me on that. I think we're going to get some more details on Hideo Kojima's new game, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, which I hate that Sir title. I think it's terrible. Like, freaking on the beach, bro. Regardless of what I think, Hideo Kojima's a genius when it comes to games, bro. And, you know, he's one of those guys who's just really pushing the veil. He's groundbreaking every like gameplay, story, mechanics. Like, it's all new and fresh, and I love seeing it. And so that's one I'm excited to see. I think God of War is going to get some kind of update. And I'm not talking about Ragnarok. I'm talking about the franchise has rumors of getting remastered, some of those earlier games, which a lot of people have a lot of love for. People are thinking they're going to remaster that because there's a lot of talk around God of War as an IP now. Kratos has become even bigger than he was back then. And so I think if they remaster it, which remastering is like the way of the land right now, everybody and their mom is remastering everything instead of making new games. But they remaster it, they know, oh, it's got, like, the people who don't know about it, it's gonna be like, it's God of War, like, this is the guy from the last two games, and they're gonna jump onto it, and it's just a marketing ploy. I think that's going to do damage for them in terms of like finance, like not damage, but like it's gonna really help them out financially. I use damage as like honestly, I use it wrong, but anyways, you get the point. So if you don't know, the new Metal Gear Solid release date was leaked on the PlayStation for August 28th, 2025. It showed up and then they took it down. And I think since that happened, we're definitely getting a new Metal Gear update of some kind. I think this will be a pretty in-depth gameplay situation. I think that PlayStation knows that they got to have some heavy hitters on this because everyone's wondering what their rollout's going to be in these next couple years. And like 2024 was dead, right? That was for the Kendrick and Drake beef. And a lot of people are like 2025 has to be the year for a lot of good games. And we know GTA is still on track for releasing this year. And so other companies are probably going to, first of all, not release around that time, but start trying to get. I mean, 2025 is the year of gaming, bro. We're getting we have to, because that last year, 2024, terrible. And I think Metal Gear is going to be a part of that. And I think we're going to get a gameplay trailer for that. All right, so this is a pretty bold prediction, but I think we're going to get the Insomniac Wolverine game. Hear me out. It's been way too long since that trailer dropped. I mean, insanely long. What was that, like 4 years ago? Maybe longer when that trailer dropped? I can't remember, but we got a leak there for a minute. Insomniac had to come out and be like, yo, like, we're sorry about that. Like, we had a leak and the game looked amazing. It's been way too long. Spider-Man killed it. So we're waiting for the next Insomniac game. And it's going to be PS5 exclusive, right? Now, the question is, what is the update we're getting? Because the last time we got it, it was just a cinematic trailer. We need something more than that, because it's been way too long. I'm thinking we get like a mixture of both, kind of like how they did that Dawn Walker trailer that's coming out soon, like where we have story and then we have like little snippets of gameplay. And we need some sort of idea when this is planned released. You know what I mean? Like, what is this? 2026? Is this this year? Is it, you know what I mean? But if it's 2027, dude, that game's taking way too long. I don't think it's too far-fetched to say we're gonna get a Helldivers 2 update. What's that look like? I don't know. I don't actually play that game. I played it once, paid money for it, and then didn't play it again. I don't really like point and shooters. I just, it's not my thing, and I know a lot of people here probably do. But Helldivers 2 is huge. I think we're gonna get some sort of update with that, because that game was viral, dude, and they need to capitalize on that virality, bro. These companies are trying to really, we need, like, everyone's trying to get their Fortnite. You know what I mean? And I think they thought that was going to happen with Helldivers 2 there for a minute, but it didn't quite hit the mark. But we're going to get an update on that because it's still big and a lot of people are playing it. And I think it recently got an update too, that I heard about, but we might get some more information on it. We might get like a DLC or something. Like, I don't know what that's going to look like, but I think that's going to happen. I just don't know how. Okay, this is another huge one that I think if we get it, it's going to change the game. So if you didn't know, Amy Hennig, who wrote some of the Uncharted series, is working on a new game called 1943 Rise of Hydra, featuring freaking Captain America, Black Panther, and some other characters, bro. And it, like, dude, it's supposed to be an action adventure game. You know, she's the goat at that. I think this is something that got teased a while ago. I think it was like either a year or 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago or something like that. I think if we get some trailers for that, that would be awesome. Some update trailers. I want nothing but gameplay trailers. I think story trailers are useful after the gameplay trailer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see gameplay first, because that's what we're playing. We're not watching Arcane. We're not watching the story. We're playing the game. And so I've always been one of those guys that's like, yo, get the gameplay trailer out first. Like, tease some screen grabs or something, but if you want, you know what I mean? Because the taste that story trailers leave in players' mouths these days is actually kind of funny, because we've been hurt so much by cinematic trailers and downgrading Ubisoft. It's gotten to the point that, like, we don't even trust them no more. Like, story trailer, okay, cool. Like, we see the games, but when's the gameplay coming out? If I was a company, I would be like, let's wait. Maybe throw some screen grabs out, or like throw out a you know, like unless you're like a big studio who has a crazy track record, throw out screen grabs. Maybe throw out like you know, freaking, like, I don't know, an announcement via IGN or something. I don't know, but like, story trailer, save that for when the gameplay's already come out. So now we're like, oh, the gameplay looks fire. The story trailers, we know, are just like secondary content that teaches more about the game that we're already excited about. Now, I definitely think we're getting an Astrobot situation. Astrobot, well designed, won Game of the Year. I think PlayStation needs that. I'm talking about internally. They're like, we want this Astrobot game to go crazy. We want Mario. We want our Mario Odyssey. We want our Zelda. And I think that they absolutely hit the nail on the head with Astrobot, and they got their premier PlayStation character to kind of rise up and get some shine, and then they have a good game, and it won Game of the Year and all that. And so I think we're going to get some sort of DLC for that. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I think they're probably working on it. It might be just an announcement, and it's not out yet. It'd be even better now that that if they were just like, hey, you can play this tonight, you know, that would be super dope. I think it was around November, Stellar Blade got an update that was like 95% cosmetic. Stellar Blade is 95% cosmetic by nature, if you know what I mean. But I think they're probably going to release something in regards to that, maybe a DLC. That'd be super dope. I think a lot of Stellar Blade fans want like something outside of the cosmetic world, maybe an extra story DLC or something like that. That'd be super cool. I hope that happens for them. I don't play that game. I don't need to play that game. That game is dangerous for me. But I know a lot of people like it. We're probably going to get some new PlayStation VR stuff. I have never touched a PlayStation VR. I've never played it. I actually am not a big fan of VR so far. I've had a great time with the Oculus, but I end up selling it. It's just not my preferred gaming method as of now. I mean, look, VR is the new frontier for gaming, and so PlayStation wants to be ahead of that. They've always been ahead of that, and so they're going to do something with VR, even if it's very small. It might be a new game or a new I don't know. It'll be something, but we'll get to see it tomorrow. So lastly, I want to go over my hopes and what I wish happens, but I'm a little hesitant on it actually happening, and I'll explain why. And more so than anything I can say, it's Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. I would love if Naughty Dog put out more information on this. If they did another trailer, this is one game because their track record is so good. This is one game that they could put a story trailer out, and I'd be like, that's all I want. Despite the controversy, like Naughty Dog, space, that checks out in my book. I doubt this is going to happen because the Game Awards was only a month or so ago, and it's like, dude, they're not going to put out something so quick, in that short amount of time. It's just not feasible. I don't think that Naughty Dog would do that. They've never done that before. If they do, great. I know this is like a big PlayStation IP, so like I get why the people would be like, yo, they're gonna do that, but I just don't. It's too close. Like, why would they just not wait until this state of play to do it? Now, this is a big hope, but like I'm one of those people who's like, I don't think, bro. I want to see the end of the God of War trilogy. Right now, it's 2 games. It's not a trilogy, but like, I feel like the last one didn't quite nail it in the coffin. And I know there's not another one in the works right now, and I doubt that. I think that's cap. And so for me, I'd like to see that third game announced. I think Atreus's character is not finished. He just went on an adventure, and then you have this like prophecy thing, spoilers, that Kratos experienced or saw and discovered at the end of that game, where he almost lost his footing because it was like him being worshipped and whatever. I think there's still some story there. There's still like a finality to that relationship between Kratos and Atreus that needs to be done. Same thing with Last of Us, right? And they haven't done that yet. And so I hope we get something in regards to that, but I doubt it. Do you know that there was been talks that PlayStation is actually developing and in the early stages of a PlayStation portable system like the PSP that they had back in the days, which was I love that console, dude. I played Vice City on that thing all the time. Was it Vice City or Liberty City? I think it was Liberty City, actually. No, not Liberty City. I played Vice City Stories. You didn't know about that now. It's a cold cut, baby. That's a hidden gem. Liberty thing. It's actually not that much. Everyone knows about that game. But anyways, dude, I hope we get something in regards to that. My real question is, how are they going to do this? Because they already have the remote play thing that you can get. And so that is a situation where if you're not familiar with remote play, if you keep your PlayStation on and anywhere you have Wi-Fi, you have this Wi-Fi console that is like, if your PlayStation's turned on and connected to Wi-Fi at your house, wherever you're at, if you're connected to Wi-Fi on this thing, you can play your games from your PlayStation using your PlayStation's power, etc. But you're dependent on internet. Pretty cool. It's really cool. So if they're developing something else, I think they're going to develop a standalone, not Wi-Fi dependent console. I mean, that's the only thing they could do, right? I mean, are they trying to get a switched competitor? If you're not, here's the thing. The problem I have with the portables is that if they can't hold the same weight in terms of power and processing speeds as like a PlayStation console, then you have to develop your own games for those things. And that's the problem with the PSP, is that companies were not able to meet the demands of creating games for that. So I don't know how they're going to do that. It has to be in the same vein as a Switch. You see what I'm saying? Like maybe there's a downscaling situation they're trying to play, but isn't that just remote play? Or maybe it's a step up from, I don't know what they're doing with that. I hope we get something on it because I'll be a buyer of that 100%. Like I said, we're going to do a live stream tomorrow, February 12th, and it'll be like 30 minutes before. I'm going to have a premiere on the channel. So if you're interested in seeing me live react, then tune in. I'm going to make some commentary on it as much as I can, but we're talking about 40 plus minutes of state of play. So there's going to be a lot of things released. I'll probably release the reactions on the channel as well. So if you don't get to make it, sucks. Sorry you can't be there. But if you want to see them, they'll still be uploaded. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.